I'm busy in the kitchen, so what I'm doing is I'm doing the final bit of red and white fabric for in the tent room. So I've cut a load of pieces in red and white fabric, and what I'm going to do is, I think there's about 22 there. I'm going to make them into little sections like this. It looks like a pasty, but actually what it is a piece of paper that I've ironed out flat, got to the right size, and I hot glue the ruffle of fabric onto it, and then I can put that up and the bullion braid will go round it. So these will go all around the top of the room just to look like the ruffles to complete that top edge. To show you what I'm doing, that's how I had it completed up to this point, which was a bit of a rush job for the filming company. I wanted ruffles on the end. I didn't have time to do them, so I just put the bullion braid up into a swag shape. But now what I'm doing is I'm filling them with fabric. So the fabric that I hot glued onto the paper has now been nailed into place, and the bullion braid has been hot glued around the edge. That's the top edge complete, all the way around.
Just made a sign for the driveway. Down at the bottom end of the drive, and I've just put our sign up on the tree here. So as you come from Mézières-en-Brenne, you should be able to see that as you come along the road, hopefully. I'll have to make another one. Put on that tree, I think.
I'm out at the open barn, so this is where we saw up all our wood. Usually we have a huge pile of wood here against this wall, but that's what we've used over the last few weeks. It's dwindled down to virtually nothing over there. And I'm just looking for yard sacks, so we've got any number of them here. So I've just found some empty ones. I'm going to go to the woods. Where I'm going with my yard sacks is to the 3 acre wood, which is just alongside our house. So this area, there's quite a lot of rubbish been dumped in there from the previous owners, so I'm going to go and start collecting it. I had a little go yesterday and filled a few rubble sacks. And at the front here we have council workers working on the hedge at the front. So it's a Saturday afternoon. They've been there most of the day and they're cutting back the hedges. So in the woods there's quite a lot of small trees that have come down, branches that have come off. We haven't cleared any of this area at all. There's a large tree that we saw last winter had been blown over. So that would have been blown from the north, so that's facing south. That's quite a big one there. But there's lots like this, just leaning against other trees. So at the moment it's not safe for other people to come into the woods. We're going to make it so we'll go through and saw up as much as we can and then put a nice woodland walk through. So the area I'm going to is here and there, and that's 2 areas where rubbish has just been dumped. Here we have a fence laying on the ground, so it's a metal fence going off that way. There was a boundary line through the middle of the woods before we bought both sides of it, so that we had a complete wood, which then goes against the boundary of the fields. Nice to hear all the birds singing again. Spring has definitely sprung here. Sounds like starlings and crows and black woodpecker. Right, so this is my next bit. So it looks quite innocuous, but what we have here is a pile of nylon twine, all in shanks. So like this, but hundreds of them. Hundreds and hundreds and hundreds. And it's a huge, huge pile just of nylon twine. Sacks of it. All over there, all over there, all through the trees there. It's just one huge pile of nylon twine. So in about a quarter of an hour I've half filled the yard sack. All I've done is cleared this little area here, not even a metre. I picked out some more metalwork, quite big long bits and some wire. What I noticed was over here, it's in amongst the ivy. One thing I can't stand is plastic in the environment. It's horrible. This doesn't seem to decompose very quickly. Look, here it is. It's under the ivy. This one doesn't seem to decompose. It's not like the plastic sacks that decompose and you go to pull them out and they just crumble into little tiny fragments, which means you just can't shift them. This does seem to be all intact and pulls out quite easily. It's just there's so much of it. I'm in the blue bedroom and I've been tidying up the walls which have had one coat on so far, and I'm just having a little look at the windows. So there's quite a lot of mould that I need to wash off. I want to keep some of the original colour, the blue. I'll put some of our beige colour into the back of where the shutters recess into, so they fold like that and go right there. So I'm going to keep all that outside blue, but to tidy up the inside, which has gone a bit horrible. Lots of bat poo, lots of spiders, a little bit of mould in there, so I think I'll tidy that up with some paint. I'm quite pleased with that. That's tidied it up nicely. So now I've just got to scrub all the shutters and clean the windows. They haven't been cleaned for a long, long time.